Auckland Mayor. Wow, it's getting a heated race, and I've got Vaughan here right with me. What's your thoughts, mate?
Well, you know what? We're 8 weeks out from going to the polls in Auckland and choosing a new mayor. And as far as I'm concerned, the next mayor has been chosen. It is Wayne Brown. Okay,
I totally agree. It's got to be Wayne. He's got the credentials, he's got the experience, and he'll cut through the BS that's going on in there.
Yeah, and look, a lot of people are listening to us, and go, well, they might be going, who is Wayne Brown or why Wayne Brown? As we know, Leo pulled out, Leo Malloy, on Friday. And actually, Leo, on his exit speech, actually said the only person he felt that could do the job was
Wayne Brown. Did he say that?
He did.
Oh,
he did.
Man.
And look, I can see it, because if you look at the candidates who are there, Afiso Collins, Viv Beck, and obviously Wayne Brown and Leo, Wayne is the only one with commercial nous. The others don't have a commercial marble rolling around in their
experience,
heads.
and then the marks on the board. He's actually been very successful in tidying up a whole lot of businesses.
Yeah. And look, I think one of the key things, and Max, as you know, and I think we have to, a bit of disclaimer here, we caught up with Wayne over the weekend. Had a great half-hour korero.
We videoed it, but it wasn't that successful. The video didn't come across.
So basically, we're going to share what we gleaned from Wayne, but first things first.
Some clips, folks. Clips. We'll take some clips.
Some great footage. But, I think that just before we launch into that, what I walked away from, having caught up with Wayne, is that, to be fair to the other candidates, Viv Beck is the CNR endorsed candidate, which is kind of like National Party in disguise, right?
Yes.
And it is the kiss of death. You cannot run Auckland City from the inner sanctum of the Northern Club, and that's what Viv represents. And let's be frank, no disrespect to Viv, I met a nice lady, but she's had $5 million a year at the heart of the city.
Yeah,
and what have we got to show for it?
Do we want a mayor that's been pulling the strings on their arms and legs, telling them what to do by a political body like the National Party or like Labour Party? Yeah. I don't think we do. It's time we had a mayor who ran like a mayor, who was in charge.
Yeah. And Max, one of the reasons why I wanted to sort of reference Viv and also Afiso Collins, because Afiso Collins, National Party, CNR, whatever you want to call it, right-leaning, Viv Beck. Out on the left, the Labour Party de facto candidate is Afiso Collins, and look, he really is just a sunburned version of Phil Goff. He is absolutely, if you want the same thing you've been getting for the last 6 years, folks, well then it's more of the same. Phil Goff 2.0 is Afiso Collins. There is nothing he will bring to the table.
And what have we got right now? We've got a city in desperate debt, huge amount of debt. It's actually a mess in the centre part of it. The heart of the city is completely chaos. Thanks, Viv Beck, because you were in charge of the businesses there. But the whole thing is a complete mess, right, Vaughan? Yeah,
that's right. And so therefore, I guess that why I'm positively endorsing Wayne Brown, he's independent. Yep. He's not the poodle of the Labour Party or the National Party. He's no one's patsy, and you know what? He's actually got the likes of Helen Clarks and John Keys on speed dial. A really warm relationship.
But what he doesn't have is the charisma and the ability to speak publicly very well compared to them. Both those two, Helen Clark. Well, Helen wasn't that good, but John Key was. But what I'm saying is that he knows what he's doing and how to do it, and he's a civil engineer. Yeah. No more bullshit from these bloody public servants pulling the string.
Yeah, and so, it was Fran O'Sullivan who pointed out that Wayne can be abrasive, but that's a positive thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, my God, someone needs to get in there and rip a few of them a damn new bunghole and get things done. And that's what I said to Wayne, what will we see in the first 90 days? And he said, in the first week.
In the first day, he said.
That's right.
It'll be a different environment, and they will know there's different. He said the box they give us is going to change. I don't want that box. I want this. And my God, you can tell they were in for a big shock. I'd say the civil servants are terrified of him coming in.
Oh, yeah, there'll be a few bureaucrats in there that might have to dust off their CVs. But, I think that the key thing is that, we're talking up Wayne, but what does Wayne stand for? And we covered some good topics, didn't we?
Yeah.
And a couple of areas. So I think one of them was crime. He was really...
Well, let's go back to one of the points you made before, is that he doesn't come from a political party. Yep. So he prides himself that he's got support from Labour and from National, but he doesn't belong to either of them.
That's correct, Max.
And I think that's a strength.
Yeah, and I think, look, the public can really underestimate navigating complex machines, bringing people together, working across wider groups. That's not all about being the nicest man in the room. Meet Phil Goff, and he's an awesome, warm guy to meet, smiling like a Cheshire cat, totally ineffective when you get into the boardroom.
Ineffective,
hard out. And, as Wayne called out, we'll give anyone out there that unprompted could name the council, even half of them, 10 of them, 50 grand,
No.
right? Off the bat.
But
They can't.
the point is, Wayne won't actually have the autonomy or power to do any decisions on his own. He's got to bring that council with him.
Yeah.
And he has had experience in that. He's aware.
Yeah.
He's aware that
Yep.
he doesn't have that autonomy, which public, I'm afraid you've got it wrong. You don't have it.
Yeah, yeah, and so, you know, the good point about the council is I'd love to see the Craig Lords, the Viv Becks, their fees on the council and working with Wayne, because, you know, these people are not completely without charm or talent, but they ain't the mayor. That's all there is to it. So I think that, you know, this week, let's really talk about some of those topics that Wayne covered, such as the CCOs, such as debt, such as infrastructure, crime. You know, there were some really juicy things to get into. Hey, and you know the other thing I like about him? He surfs every weekend. Now, that's a good mayor, man.
And he's saying he doesn't serve, he surfs.
Surfs.
He's sitting on the water. He's out there in a paddleboard, buddy, jumping around when the waves come in. He's standing up, going in.
Yep, and finally, we might get a mayor that isn't a washed-up, repurposed MP or former politician or bureaucrat, something out of MFAT or wherever, right? Not for us.
You couldn't have put it in better terms.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Vaughan, let's bring it up. We've got a lot more
Bring
to come
it.
to you on Wayne Brown.
Yeah.
Folks, you need
Yeah.
to see this.
Wayne Brown, tick.